KL Belvin here, trying to move to a better location so I can get a better signal. Let me just pull up a little bit here because I'm going through good and bad signals. I want you to be able to see what's going on. I had to come out the house early, so I wasn't able to jump on my regular time. Sorry for being late. Oh. All right, we're going to talk in a second. Let me get to a nice, clear area where I got a regular signal, so it's kind of crazy. But I know. Put my seatbelt on. Y'all gonna give me the business about that. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I pray everything is well with you. So let's go. Keith KL Belvin, crisis specialist, author, and educator. All right, and it is Friday. I'm out doing some run around, and then it's home to rock out progress notes today. Today is going to be an R&B and progress note type of day. I have no counseling sessions today. They got canceled for the holiday, and I'm okay with that. You know why? I'm going to take that time to go ahead and rock out and catch up on my paperwork. But I want to have this conversation. I first want to get situated to where I can have it. So let's go where I can park, be comfortable, and then I can get into this conversation. So rock out with me for a little bit. I pray that your start of your 3-day or 4-day weekend, for some of you who do not have to work today. My little one did not have to go to school today, but so she went to her camp that we pay for. So I dropped her off and had to go get the wife some breakfast. So I'm doing the good husband things, but now I'm actually going to find somewhere to pull over here to have a conversation. So rock out with me. And again, I pray that everything is going well with you. And actually, signals have been kind of crazy because of all the weather and everything like that. So that's been kind of crazy as well. That it has just been something awful. And let me figure out where we're going to be at here. Also, I needed to be in the shade too, man, because I'm not going to sit in the sun and drive myself crazy. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let me pull over here. There we go. All right, we're going to rock out right here. I'm going to rock out and then turn. Let's see, what is this here? The Register of Regulations. Yeah, I'm going to park in a space that, no, you know what? I don't want to mess around and get a ticket. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Because you get weirdo tickets around here in Delaware, which is kind of crazy. So let me turn over in here and see what we got here. We can find a shady space. And again, what is this here? Controller General Staff. Yeah, I'm going to park right here. If they want to kick me out, they can kick me out. I'm here at the Capitol. Oh, I got all these wonderful spaces here. And sometimes I forget that this is the Capitol and that I used to work right here too. I'm still learning the area. I've been here 5 years and still don't know where things are. I don't know if that's because I really don't try to learn or whatever it is. All right. I can take my seatbelt off and relax a little bit outside the Capitol building here. All right. So, good morning again. Let's start this off right. Keith KL Belvin here, crisis specialist, author, educator. I hope that you're having a wonderful Friday and a good start to your holiday weekend. This is considered the last weekend of the summer on most people's mindsets because most kids have been back to school, but officially kids go back to school after Labor Day, which is Monday. And so, people are going to rock out this weekend despite the fact that this COVID variant is running crazy. We had these crazy storms here in the Northeast. We got power out in down south, and we have fires going in California. So very difficult situations going on here. But, at the end of the day, we have to thank the Lord that we are breathing and that we are upright. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to like this. I want you to share this. And I want you to tag just one person today. Because I'm in that kind of mood where it's like, just tag one person. Now, admitting when something is wrong. All right. Actually, let me give a shout out to the sponsor. I almost forgot. Guys, you hear me talk every day about Chef Danielle being the owner and operator of Ethel and Annie Mae's Soul Food Kitchen, 497 Albany Avenue, Brooklyn, right? You hear me say that, right? I want you to go and look on my page on Facebook because she put up some videos of her establishment as well as, now here's the big thing. She is on Grubhub and Uber Eats for all you folks in Brooklyn who are like, I don't really want to come out my house. She has now made it available for it to be brought to your house. Now, here's another big thing. You folks who are not in New York, she is now vacuum sealing her food and mailing it out to you. She actually picked a couple of people to see if the process is doable and if it works. She sent oxtails, rice and peas, and the fixins to Fresno, California. And the person that received it in Fresno, California said it was working. Pictures are on her site. So now you guys who watch me from other places who say, I wish I was near New York because I would love some great soul food. Well, she has now made it available. I want you to take at least one shot. I want you to order something from Chef Danielle, Ethel, and an N, Annie Mae's soulfoodkitchen.com. Check out her menu or just go by her page on Instagram. BK Chef Danielle on Instagram. Ethel and Annie Mae's Soul Food Kitchen on Instagram. Danielle Chef Moore on Facebook. Ethel and Annie Mae's Soul Food Kitchen on Facebook. I want you to order one thing. And if it's working, order again. If it's not, tell her why and she'll fix it. But guys, we have to support those that we love. And I'm going to figure out what it is that I want to order, and I'm going to place an order. Because I want to help those that I love. Actually, I want to help everybody. But it's Friday, guys. It is Friday. Oh, man. So I got to think. I got a call from my son this morning, one of my sons. He was going through a little something. And it got me to thinking that one of the things that a lot of people have a problem with is admitting when something is wrong. I know as a counselor, right, that when a person comes to me, something is wrong. Now, they don't always tell me, and here's the other thing. Often what they tell me is wrong is not the full picture. My job is to peel back the layers to get to what is actually wrong. And recently I've had a series of calls where I really had to absorb a lot of pain. Now, I'm an empath, and what that simply means that I can pull pain from somebody else to hold on to it. I can remain patient, I can remain stoic, I can remain calm, to pull the pain from somebody to then be able to allow them to breathe, hopefully get into a better position with themselves, and then, okay, it says my signal, oh, okay, it's better now. And then hopefully allow them to get upright, and then I purge that out. I get rid of it. I don't hold on to it. I'm not a basket case after taking in all this negative information. And I hear some real weird things. But it's okay because now that I'm older, I realize God created me as this type of funnel or siphon, if you want. That all the craziness that I did in my life and all the weird things that I was around and all the craziness that I think about, God allowed me to be built like this so when people give me their crazy, I get it and I'm okay with it and I can absorb it. But here's the biggest problem that I suffer from when dealing with other individuals. I want you to understand this, right? If you don't admit something is wrong, I cannot help you. If you're not willing to step up and at least put out your hand, Keith, help me. I can't. And I think that drives me crazy is because people know something is wrong and they suffer in silence. And the reason why I get it is because I used to do it. And guys, I can't see your responses. So if you're responding on, and I'm on 7 different platforms, so if I can't see your responses, please at me, and when I switch to my computer or when I go back to my various pages, I will respond. And if you're watching on replay, put hashtag replay. I got you. I'll come by and say something to you. So, and I don't know who this is for. There's no reason for you to hurt in silence. There's no reason for you to say nobody understands. Please don't say that. There are people who understand. And you know, it really drives me crazy when somebody says to me, you just don't understand. Why do you assume that? Why do you assume I don't get it? You don't know what my pain is or was. You don't know what I'm dealing with or have dealt with. And often when we're in pain, we can't hear the rest of the world. And I get it. I was that way. But Tiff saved my life. Tiff saw that I was in pain. Tiff saw that something was wrong, and she didn't get sucked into it. She held her ground. And because of that, that was the lifeline that I needed to try to pull myself out of the quicksand. Because when you're suffering in silence, it's just like quicksand. And quicksand is actually the most oxymoronic thing that you could name something. Quicksand that you actually sink slow. And the more you struggle, the faster you go. But you actually can't get out. You have to actually move slow and methodically to get out. But the faster you move, the quicker you sink. Quicksand. And so many of us are in that type of quicksand. Instead of moving slowly and asking somebody to help and slowly moving out of the situation that we're in, we're struggling. So we're sinking deeper and faster. I am simply saying to whoever's watching, stop suffering in silence. Just simply reach out. And here's the thing. You may reach out to somebody and they may basically say, go F yourself. Don't stop there. Don't let one person turn you away because they were closed-minded. This is why I let people know, bring me your pain. I let people know we can fix this. I am telling you, I'm wearing a big sign. Come to me. And I'm not doing it just for money. Lord knows I'm not doing it just for money. You know why I tell you? Because I want you to understand that the door is open. The light is on and the door is open. And if I don't tell you, if I don't let you know that this is what it is, you may go to somebody who's going to eventually close the door to you. And I don't want that, because I know some of you, I know the strength that it takes to muster up a request for help. And for some of you, if that door is slammed in your face, you will never ask somebody else. And I know this. And I've seen this. And I've seen people who are no longer here because they decided that they were going to check out. And the thing that drives me crazy is like, my God, why didn't they just come and talk to me? I don't even care if they didn't know me. Like when I hear that somebody has committed suicide, it hurts because I know I'm here. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, I wish I could have got to them. I know I could have figured out a way to give them some light, some hope. When I hear about entertainers and singers who have so much that they could do for somebody else, kill themselves, I go to God, why couldn't you have put them in my path? Why couldn't you have allowed them to connect with me so I could have spoke to them, because I could have breathed some life into them? So I'm saying this to you on a Friday. There may be so many people surrounding you and happy, and you sitting there. Just reach out. And I say this all the time. If I'm not the person to help you, I will work with you to find you somebody. I will. But it's just admitting it. Also, with the admission, don't try to make parts of the negative positive. And what I mean by that is, well, I know it's wrong, and I love when people start off with that. I listen to what you say. I know it's wrong, but I always listen for that. When you hear yeah, but blah 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 blah, but listen for the but. Same thing with some of those infomercials. But for, here it comes, but for, there's the but for a small fee, there it is, you charging. I knew it. But if you only let me spend it up, there it is. Whatever's following that but, pay attention. And I listen, and it's just, why are you trying to justify a negative thing because you had some small positive things to it? Hell, there's serial killers out there would probably tell you, hey, I was doing a service for the world. You were killing people. Yeah, but, shut up. Am I trying to hear that? Alcoholics. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be drinking, man, but here it comes. A drug addict. Yeah, listen, I know drugs is bad, but pay attention to it. Mothers, fathers do it. Yeah. I know I said I was going to take you to the park, but boyfriends, girlfriends do it. I know I said I was going to come over so we can get it in, but husband and wives do it. Yeah, but I know I was going to rake the leaves, but here's the thing. You're going to come across a lot of things that appear negative. But if you embrace them, then they will become negative in your life. I am struggling with this. I'm going to be very transparent right now for the next couple minutes. I am struggling with what parts of my social media life I'm going to let go. Because I'm not happy with a lot of what I see, and I'm not happy with what I'm bringing to the table. And I'm not comparing myself to anybody else. I'm asking myself, am I doing it just for business? And am I enjoying it? Because I hear what a lot of people say. A lot of people say, Keith, you got to be on every day. You got to post because people need to hear you. And I get that. But I'm starting to question myself if what I do in this particular area is of value to me. And am I reaching enough people this way, or should I be doing it in a different capacity? And I'm not sure. Ever since I got back into writing, shout out to Terkessa Colvin, who has given me some very good ideas on what to do with my writing. And like I said, I'm gonna be very, and this is why you talk about admitting, I'm gonna admit some things for myself. So I'm gonna be very transparent for you. I don't miss teaching in the classroom with kids, but I'm doing the mentor thing because I do love that. But a part of me has wanted to try to create courses or cohorts where for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, almost like a college class, whether Zoom, first of all, virtual, because I'm not messing with COVID, but create cohorts where people come in for a 4 week, 5 week, 6 week, 8 week, almost like class, and I teach something on something because I enjoy that. But to do that, I can't do that in some of the things that I'm doing right now. I also want to create digital classes or digital learning opportunities. But again, I can't do that and do what I'm here now. And I'm actually not sure what I need to let go and if it's even something that I should do. Because now that I have 2 coaches in my life, I have a lot that's on my plate that I'm trying to get done. But I also have to see if it's worth doing. And people will tell you anything. People say, yeah, do it, bro. Yeah, you should. Yo, you can make a lot of money at it. And then they really have no anything else to give because they've never done it themselves. And they don't realize a lot of the work that goes behind just trying to get one thing mastered. And I have now attempted and have actually mastered a few things that I believe I'm doing very well. But then when I look at it, I'm like, there's more that I can do, because now I can start to look at. So it's a lot. But that's what I'm fighting with right now. And I admit that. Like I said, I can't ask you about admitting things that's wrong with you, and I don't admit what's wrong with me. And I don't even think it's something wrong, but it's just, it troubles me, because if I cut certain things off, there are people only connected to those things. But when I make my moves, I understand that that's necessary. But it doesn't mean that it's going to feel good, but it's necessary. And my motivation comes from my connection to Malcolm X. I've read the autobiography of Malcolm X, oh my God, I don't know how many times. And I finished reading his daughter's book about his life. She told some of the same stories, but she gave a little different insight, especially his time in prison. And it was actually pretty good. By Maya, I think it's Mia. I got to go back and look. Alani, I got to check. I don't want to give the wrong what's name, but it's a whitish cover with Malcolm's face on. It's actually a pretty good read. And I realized with Malcolm X, he went through 4 changes. He was born Malcolm Little, then became Detroit Red, then became Malcolm X, then became El Hajj Malik Shabazz. With each progression of his life, he had to cut a part of the previous away. And each part that was cut, there was people connected that who loved him for that person. The reason why I understand that is some of you know me as Keith. Some of you know me as Mr. B. Some of you know me as Fats. Some of you know me as KL. And some of you know me as my man Mound. That's my nickname, Round Mound, when I play ball. But many of you know me for a lot of different reasons. But each time that I had to make moves or put a part of me to the side because I matured, there's just certain things I had to leave behind. So I deal with that, but I deal with it in a positive way because I have mentors. I have a mentor. Well, actually, I have 2. I have coaches. So I have people around me to be able to advise me. So I am doing what I'm asking you to do. I have went to other people and said, what do you think? Or can you help me? That's what I'm saying to you. And again, I don't know who needed to hear this morning. I don't know who needed to rock out with, I need to get some help. I'm here. I'm here. Lord knows I want to be here. I enjoy being here. And I don't turn people away. I will listen. Now, am I professional? Yes. Do I get paid for what I do? Yes. Do I charge for what I do? Yes. And some of you, I know that's why you stay away. Reach out first. If I tell you what I charge and it's more, maybe there's something I can work out. Maybe. And I say maybe. I can't make any guarantees. I don't know what you need. I don't know what it is. But don't let money be the thing that scares you from at least inquiring, because it may mean that you have to go home and you have to put some blood, sweat, tears together. You may have to go, I really need this help. Let me figure out something. You know what? I'm going to cut this, and this. And I'm going to go pay that man. Yeah, I said that. Because if the help is going to make you a better person, well, then you're going to get back a lot of what you gave up. And I also realized in writing my books, rewriting From Gigolo to Jesus, and just going over the work that I've written and the books that I have that I now have to finish. I have new motivation to finish my work because I have new plans and stuff connected to that, because my books are going to be connected to my teaching and the possible cohorts. But I think for me is, I don't know. That's something I want to do. I want to be able to log on, have 6 or 7 people, and okay, let's get into this lesson today. Like a college course. I've always wanted to be a college professor, by the way. But I've applied, never got an interview. They don't love a brother. What can I say? But I've always wanted to be a college professor because I've always liked the idea of the interaction between intellectuals based on a particular subject. So it is an area that I'm looking at, but I don't think that's where God had wanted me to move. Now, the funny thing, y'all, I'm going to let you in on a secret. My grandmother told me my whole life up until when she passed. She said, "You're going to preach the word." And I was like, "Grandma, ain't nobody trying to hear that." But then the last 6 or 7 years of her life, and we spent that time conversing about the Bible, she would remind me that I always knew that you would be here. And so when I got baptized and she wasn't here, man, I wish she could have been to see me, because just the idea of me getting baptized again, she said I was baptized when I was younger. I don't remember. But getting her baptized again and her not being there. But the fact that I am preaching that in my own way, I'm not in no pulpit or nothing, but I'm ministering wherever I'm at, is that I look back at what she reminded me. And I tend to think about that. And I think about, am I supposed to have a different role in the church? Am I supposed to play a better role in the church? And I am, as a Christian counselor and as a teacher. But that's hard too. It's not easy, guys. That's why I'm being transparent. I'm just letting you know it's not easy. And it's not easy because you have to be honest with yourself. I reach out to churches and I met with opposition. It sounds good in my head. I'd like to think that I'm a conversationalist and a person that's able to converse and convey himself in a way that makes a lot of sense. I've a handle of the English language. But what I find is that the doctrine and the beliefs about mental health in churches of color is not a positive one. And I'm met with fierce opposition. Sometimes they don't even want to have a conversation with me. And sadly, in our brothers and sisters churches of folks who don't look like me, they understand and they get it. And I have some outstanding clients and a great relationship with the pastor of a church here in Delaware. Shout out to Pastor Justin. And it makes me wonder, we're all praising the same God. We all recognize each other as brother and sister. The only difference is the hue of our skin. I might have more melanin than somebody else. But why is it that one group of people understand what I'm trying to do and the people who look like me don't? I don't trip too much because my job is to knock that wall down. My job is to be a bridge builder. My job is to be able to be the beacon that God created me to be. But God, when you really want to help people in a way and serve your Lord at the same time, it's hard and frustrating sometimes. I literally will have some conversations with pastors, and y'all know when somebody blowing you off, right? It's not a good feeling. You can tell that they're like, I was about to say the N word. It's almost like they want to tell you, shut up. you sense that. You get a feel for that. Like, especially because I always say, let's get on a call. And you get on a call, and the person may not even make eye contact with you. And then they're looking at you like, and they hit you with the, no, I definitely understand. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, that would be. And the funny thing is, they're repeating what you're saying. They're acknowledging what you're saying, but they're not really vibing with what you're saying. And if you're like me and you can sense it, there's no reason to waste their time. And I'll say, listen, I want to thank you for taking the time out to get on a call with me. I appreciate you. And I hope that we can do something in the future. And so I'm going to stay in touch if that's okay with you. And I don't want to hold any more of your time. And they will say, thank you, no problem. Appreciate you. Glad I got a chance. They'll give me all the great salutations and everything else like that. But you can tell when somebody doesn't want to be bothered with you. Now, here's the best thing about it. You don't trip. You don't trip. Let me just move around. I'm trying to get my signal back. It says poor signal. You don't trip on it. And the reason why you don't trip is because it's not for everybody. But it is frustrating when the folks who look like you don't get it. Because it makes you wonder, what else can I do? Because I know there's somebody in their church who, if they make the mention that we have somebody for you to talk to, would jump on it. And I think also part of it and I'm going to keep it very, very 100. When I explain that I want the church, and yes, I said want, to pay a portion of the fees for the person in their church, again, I am met with opposition. I got to be honest. When I tell the pastor what the fee is, what I charge, and when I explain how they should cover the other part for the person, they look like, and then when we actually break it down and realize that the money is actually there, then they have to come up with a reason to say no. It's okay. But it is a little frustrating because I know somebody is going to stop going to church because they're hurt. And here's the worst part, guys, and I'm going to get ready to close out on this. There is somebody in a church right now who, because their pastor didn't even consider bringing in a mental health clinician to help them, they're going to stop going to church and they're going to disconnect from God. That's what bothers me. Because they're going to blame God because his representatives didn't help them. And I don't know how you feel. And if you're not a person that's connected to any particular faith, what I just said is not going to matter to you. But if you are a child of God like I am, the idea that something I did or didn't do pushed a person away from the overall belief of God himself means that I failed as the representative that God created me to be. And I know some people don't take it that serious. I do. Because I was one of those people that walked away from the whole idea of church and everything else because of the way people in church acted. But my grandmother was my anchor, my bridge. She never gave up on God. She might not have been a church-going as woman at some point, but she read her Bible daily. And she poured that into me even when I didn't want it. Get out of here with that. I was holding the top of my cup. No, I don't want this church thing. Get away. I want to go out and get some booty. I want to get some booty. Booty was my God. Panties was my God. Yeah, I don't know. The Lord. Don't nobody want the Lord. I'm talking about draws. GTD got the draws, as Tommy said on Martin. But she clung fast to God and said, even if in my death, you will preach this word. And at her funeral, I was standing 3 feet from the casket with a microphone in my hand, and that's when it hit me. She was right. And so, yeah, I preach this word in my own unique way, sometimes in my off-colored way, sometimes in my disrespectful way, as I've heard from some church folks. It's real disrespectful the way you play with God. I said, I play with God? Who's winning? I know. Listen, it's the sense of humor that allows me to work in the dark areas that I do. But it's also why a lot of doors have been closed to me. Because I don't act the way everybody else acts. Now, what does any of this have to do with admitting your problems? Or the reason why I share all this with you is the more transparent you are about what's wrong with you, the more you invite help to the table. Are there going to be some crazies that come too? Mm-hmm. It's just the world we live in. But there's no reason for you to hurt in silence. There's no reason for you to sit there and say nobody understands. No, they don't understand because you haven't told them. And if the people around you don't understand you, find new people. I'm here. Bring me your pain. I'm asking for it. I want all that smoke. Bring your pain to me. Bring me your problem. Because I'm going to tell you what, I believe we can fix this. I believe that if you and I sit down, we can figure out a way to get you started on whatever repair is necessary. I don't care how bad he hurt you. What I care about is helping you get past it. I don't care that she cheated on you. What I care about is how I'm going to get you past it. I don't care if you don't like the teacher. I'm going to help you figure out how to get past it, how to deal with it. Our marriage is not what it is. I want to divorce her. Well, let's talk first. Let's figure out if divorce is actually the thing or what is the problem that's causing you to misfire. I just don't like him. He's just not the man that I married. Okay? Let's talk about what changed. Maybe it's not just him. And if you still want to end it after all that, okay. I am here for those who need me, but I cannot help you if you do not tell me. So listen, guys, it is time for me to get ready to go. It's Friday. I want you to enjoy yourself. Remember, check out my girl, Chef Danielle, over the weekend. 497 Albany Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, Crown Heights section. Uber Eats, Grubhub, and she's sending out dishes, vacuum sealed, fresh, handmade. Come on, she's doing her part. And for me, From Gigolo to Jesus will drop 2022. You know that I'm here. You know that I'm here. You know that I'm here. I'm fighting with some things because I want to make some changes. And I want to say this before I make any changes. Might even be to this right here. Any change that I make and you don't see me, do not take it personal that I left you. I'm still available in other capacities. Just reach out. Even if you don't see me on this, I don't think I'm going to change this. If you don't see me on my Facebook page, you don't see me on Instagram, you don't see me on LinkedIn, I am somewhere. Reach out to me. So before I go, if you're watching this, I want to do this really quick before I go. Come on, Cardi. All right, before I do all that. All right, here's what I want you to do. Would you consider, do a quick survey, right? Would you consider a digital class that I teach or an actual cohort where you come and join me 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 weeks? Would that be something that you would like or be involved in? And would that be something that you would pay for? I'm asking. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. And if you want to, tell me some of the subjects that you would love to have me teach. I don't care what it is. I'm not asking. I just want to hear what you think. Would you be a part of a digital course or a cohort? And if so, what would you like me to teach? What would be some of the subjects you would like to see me teach on, that you would like to see me put together as an educator, as a man of God, as a husband, as a father, as a former whore, as an author, as a publisher, as whatever? I've been everything. Let me know. Tell me exactly what that looks like for you. Tell me, and I want you to put it in the chat, okay? Okay? All right, so do that. Would you be involved in a digital class or a cohort? And what would you like to see me teach? Put it in the chat, all right? I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Come on, Doja Cat. And I know you old heads don't like these young music, but I'm going to tell you, if you listen to it, it's not bad. Now, I ain't going out there and dance with these young cats. I couldn't keep up with them. But my two-step is mean. See, that's the over 50 two-step. Because we know later on we ain't trying to be sore. We can do it all. And chair dancing, boy. Don't get no old cat started in the chair. Old heads be moving in the chair because we know it's more comfortable on those knees. We ain't trying to wake up sore. Have a wonderful Friday, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful holiday. God bless. I am Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist, award-winning author, educator. I am out. God bless, guys. Take it easy.